Welcome along everybody to Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live for the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship. Good evening everybody, my name is Andrew Woodhouse and I'm joined as usual by Adam Bath and Alex Simpson. And Adam, I'll come to you first, mate. I know you love Donington Park, I know it's one of your favourite circuits, and what a battle we've got on our hands tonight.
Yeah, we were fully expecting to get on our flights to Georgia, but yeah, we are at Donington Park, one of my favourites. Came close to getting a win here a few months ago back in the BSR World Series. I was almost itching to get in the car, but no, I thought we'd join you in the commentary box. And yeah, we're here for 4 more races, and we've got just shy of a 50-car grid with some big names, and I think we're going to be in for 4 close races.
Of course, you also had that amazing first lap where you picked up nearly 30 places in one of the series as well.
Oh yeah, and then we had that ill-fated team race back in the day.
A lot of history with Donington Park. Alex used to be home of Formula 1 races here, and one in particular in 1993, an absolute classic.
Oh yeah, that was an absolute fantastic race. Known very much for the wet race and what Senna did in the wet, wasn't it? So just epic. Yeah, no rain here tonight, unfortunately.
No.
But we are getting day to night transition soon, at least. Woohoo!
Well, that's it. I know you love this place as well, mate. What's the main challenge quickly the drivers are going to have to face?
Yeah, well, it's a really high-speed circuit as well, so you've got to be very precise with the line. It's going to be difficult to get moves done here just because of that nature. But side-by-side battling, if you can get there, it's going to be pretty epic, I think, tonight. So yeah, it's when you're going for moves, it's going to be about trying to not get shuffled back. So there's going to be a big old train, I think, and yeah, it's going to be fun. But overtaking is going to be the tough part.
Look where some of them are starting, right at the back, behind the national chicane. We have a grid of 49 tonight. Here we go then. Any second now, the revs will build. Here we go, nearly 50 Kia Optimas blasting round the English countryside.
Green, green, green.
We're away. Oh, poor start by Savinovic. Baker already getting in front, off the front row of the grid, and look at Pete Harrod for CQR, trying to get in amongst the reigning champion already, into the first corner. And Savinovic somehow breaks very, very late, gets back into the lead. And they're all filtering through, a lot of dust being kicked up on the outside, down through Hollywood then, Adam, and the Craner curves for the first time.
Look at Harrod, where is he going? He's all over the place.
He's back on.
Oh, big crash further back going into the old hairpin. Oh, huge crash.
Oh my word, car flying off. Well, it was definitely one of the Pro Sim cars, that was for sure. It might have been Dan Hunt, but what a nightmare. Oh, it's Thorstein Helgeson on his return to the series. We haven't seen him in a while. Thorstein Helgeson back to the pit lane straight away. Barely been going about half a minute.
Still kicking off as well back there. I think Smolinski struggling to get back onto the track. There's a few other people that were off and into the wall.
Ash Sutton in the race as well. He take pole position here, I think, the last 2 seasons in the British Touring Car Championship, and he's been a winner here in the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship as well. And up the inside he goes on number 41. That is, I believe, that is Jamie Ayres.
That's an amazing start as always. 17 positions gained within 1 lap. These back of the grids, and he does get quite a few of them. I'm sure he'll admit that as well. They don't seem to hinder him at all. But at the front, Savinovic already half a second away from David Baker, the old 2 at the front, and then Hall in 3rd, Chepelevsky 4th, 5th Pete Harrod after that minor scare, and then it's Katz, Cunniff, Simmons, Woodhouse and Everett who's going into battle with Stephen Baxter.
Baker, I thought, was a bit timid in the first corner, Adam. He didn't really take advantage of the slowdown there, and that's Andreas Katz.
Massive slowdown. And because he didn't,
back of the field nearly for him.
Yeah, he didn't set a lap, so they've added lap on the opening lap of the race, so that will be a big slowdown for him.
Yeah, Baker had a fantastic start, Adam. He was ahead of Savinovic and just didn't commit really into Redgate for the first time.
It's a bit of a hard corner to get it right, especially in overtake. I know that. You can get it done around the outside, but yeah, he just wanted to be careful in the opening stages of the race. Everett and Woodhouse battling away as well. Here comes Baxter. If you set a car up for that final corner, it can really work well for you. And we're going to see this all through the 4 races tonight. Cars going wheel to wheel down the front straight, and look at the Fanatec car just getting by Woodhouse. But if he's late on the brakes, Mark, he can get up the inside, and he will.
The inside's got Daniel Craft with him as well. Man who won 12 races in 2016. It's on the prowl towards his first BSR Touring Car Championship, and down the trainer curves again. Woodhouse is all over the place. Oh, and he loses a car.
And that was Mark Johnston.
Somehow gets back on in the old hairpin. Johnston with bash. Oh, Woodhouse sideways.
Oh, and he gets his teammate. And he hits the
Dennis
concrete wall.
Not having the best of fun out there right now.
He's back on the circuit.
Roller coaster ride for Woodhouse.
Sounds familiar.
That's a half. That's half a lap he's done off the track, I think.
Is he back on? Just about. His best qualifying of the season, Mark Woodhouse. It may be his first top 10 start in the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship, but not being able to capitalise on that at this time. Brilliant stuff though so far, Adam.
Fantastic start, to the race, and so much stuff's happened already near the front. 21 positions gained for Ash Sutton. That's an update for you. He's up to 19th place now. He's not too far off Paul Smith, who finished 4th in this race in the World Series in race 1.
Closest circuit, by the way, that we're in iRacing to Yorkshire.
Not too far away from me either.
Yes.
In fact, we stopped off here on our way to WEC.
Yeah, we did, and I always want to go and see a race here, and that's something for the future, definitely. That's one to add to the list, but Wojciech Swidovic versus David Baker again, and how many battles have we seen, Alex, between these two over the years?
Yeah, quite a few, and they've got a nice little gap behind. Hall doing well. Hall and Chepalewski, they seem to find each other on the circuits, don't they, at the moment? Constantly battling. Hall defending well again. And Stellion gets a good run out of the chicane. So does Pete Harrod, though. Harrod probably got the best opportunity to get by Cheppy. He's got the slipstream of Baker here as well.
Now his teammate there, well, stablemate at least, giving him a helping hand. Stellion Chepalewski very, very late on the brake, so that was lovely. In through Redgate Corner and down again the hill, the descent towards the old hairpin, through the Craners, bit of a hairy place on the circuit, Adam. We saw that with Woodhouse early on, but every driver negotiating it well. A big amount of dust being kicked up around this entire track.
Stellion Chepalewski.
How hard everyone's pushing, dragging some dirt onto the racing line.
This track's really is really good if you're good on the brakes, and Ash Sutton, of course, we've seen in the past is good at that. But yeah, you're going to have to be good on that pedal if you want to be good around here. And
Adam Bradford good on the brakes as well.
Oh yeah, had a pretty good race there a few years ago now. I think it must have been late 2014 or something in the car. But yeah, had a good race meeting there. Got about sixth place in the BSRTC.
I remember he got disqualified in one of the races. But,
yeah, I was about to bring that up.
That wasn't before pulling off quite a lot of fantastic late braking moves. And speaking of which, up the inside there goes number 51, and that's Alex Everett on the boosted car of George Simmons. Simmons getting pushed to the outside of the circuit, but he has a good line down the hill, but it's going to turn to the outside through the old hairpin and bash into the side of Everett. The Welshman has to yield to George Simmons.
Really
the driver who's pushing really hard out there right now was Glatzel as well, trying to get McIntyre side by side and through. Both drivers actually. Sutton goes through as well, and he's trying to get Glatzel at the same time here.
Sutton's so fast around here. Glatzel is no slouch at all, and Alex, he's been the one who's been doing the Ashley Sutton impression when the Englishman hasn't been here. He's been charging through the field 20, 30, 40 places on occasion, but Sutton making him look like a rookie around the outside there.
Yeah, fantastic move. Just carried all that momentum, didn't he, straight round the outside.
Of course, he qualified on pole position, Adam, for this year's BTCC race at this very circuit by half a second.
And in his second ever BTCC race meeting, he was able to qualify on pole position in pretty changeable conditions back in 2016.
Oh, the lead side by side down the hill. Sorry, Adam, to interrupt you, but
wow,
Baker is interrupting in the finest way possible up the inside, and he takes Wojciech Swidovic, but Swidovic, he doesn't give up. He's a fighting champion, Wojciech Swidovic, and the Apex Racing UK driver has the high ground now. into McLean's.
Oh,
And Baker's off. Vidovic
almost.
getting the elbows out there, Alex, and fantastic exchange there.
Great battle between them. Lots of respect between those drivers out there as well.
Close to quarter panelling there, those two, as they went through McLean's car 1 versus car 2, and it's the Apex versus CQR battle again. It is at the top of the championship, of course, and it's Baker leading the championship. Vidovic in third, some 200 points behind. Of course, they'll be worrying about the showdown points as well. But at the moment, Vidovic third in the championship, leading the race, and Baker the championship leader in second.
Sorry guys, you need to take a little look backwards. We're 3 wide. It's 7th, 8th and 9th. Simmons, Chepalewski, Baxter as they go into turn 1.
Baxter really getting in and amongst it over the last few weeks, and Daniel Kraft not afraid to get involved either. Never is, but well, he might have put the course there down the hill.
Colin Cunniff leading the train into the old hairpin, where me and Alex had a bit of a moment in the BSRTC series.
I was going to ask whose fault that was, but I'm not sure. Oh, Simmons getting on the marbles.
That might be the slowdown.
That might be a slowdown anyway, yeah. Johnston is through. Johnston trying simultaneously to get past Matt Bunn. Mark Johnson, who seems rejuvenated, Adam, since he's come back to the series.
Yeah, having a go. He's lost none of that pace, has he? I think he did very, very well at Twin Ring Motegi when we raced on the oval, from memory, last year. But now he's trying to hold off George Simmons. Simmons darting
weaving
about.
all over the place, Johnston. Not going to endear him to Simmons.
Foggy at the back of this train, so we've got Northern Lights Racing heading and tailing this train.
Nico Foggy now a pro driver. Whether that's correct or not, we could debate that for a while, but we're not going to. As Sterling Chepalewski having to defend from Daniel Kraft. That is for the 7th place.
Another
Robert's
Apex
working
versus
his magic in the behind the scenes, isn't he?
What's that? Sorry.
Said Robert's working his magic behind the scenes as well. It's like, ta-da! I'm back.
Well, he is the king of the ring.
Back to the top of the pro, the amp.
Get him out, he said. John Roberts, and he's the king, and the king has the final say, it seems.
He's exiled him from the Am Kingdom.
That's it, and the former champion is now heading the Am category.
Well then, lap 9 of 13, just under 2/3 of the way through the race. Vidovic has opened the gap up to 1.1 seconds again over David Baker, so it seems to have calmed down a little bit there. For the time being, anyway.
Baker had that one really good go. He's just suffering with the tyres now, maybe. Lap 9 is quite a hard circuit on tyres in such high speed. 23 degrees, track temperature not particularly hot, but certainly a challenge out there.
Oh, Sutton colliding with Foggy down the straight, and he turns in.
Oh, and Foggy. Don't know how Sutton judged that so well, but he did. Up into 13th now. Simmons trying to get past Johnston for a bit of revenge. Do you want
to place your bets on Sutton? Top 5 maybe?
Don't know, it's difficult. 4 laps to go. Who can get the moves done on these drivers?
Sort of area of the grid.
It's harder and harder. Get to this point.
Oh, Johnston wide. That's going to be Simmons' opportunity.
Just looking as well. Oh, Johnston into Sutton. We'll keep looking at this, and again. Keep looking at this battle, but you notice as well, if Sutton can get past this group, there is that 5-car battle just in front of him with Matt Bunn and Dan Kraft, Baxter, Chepalewski and co. Sutton thinking about a look on Simmons. Simmons wide entry into the chicane, hits the curb hard though. He goes wide, as does Sutton. They're all off. In fact, Foggy was off too.
They clouted that massive curb on the inside, and that sent them both out wide. And Chepalewski again having to defend from Kraft, and Stephen Baxter nearly took that little bit of a gap up.
Good move by Sutton, but here comes Simmons trying to get back at him on the outside line. Doesn't have the momentum though, and the CQR car gets through.
Oh, Johnston! And he collides with Foggy.
Oh, was that the same thing? I couldn't see for the smoke. Dust was in the way.
Andreas Katz is in the gravel. Andreas Katz, who sits here. Oh, he's not anywhere near the championship, but yeah. Yeah, problem for Andreas Katz, the season 3 and 8 champion.
Big problem for him.
He looks at the car understeered into the Pro Sim, the Sim Gear car of Jack McIntyre.
A little gaggle further back as well, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. There's nothing between them right now. Fantastic.
Now this is Stuart McFadden, Dan Hunt. Dan Hunt in the Pro Sim car, Laura Bond there as well. Automex of Max Wright and Mark Woodhouse.
Goodness me.
Bond up the inside.
With Jamie Ayres, is it? Yep.
Oh!
That's
and
Bond.
this is Dan Hunt's opportunity.
Bond and Hunt and Murray.
Hold
Murray's
on,
in the middle. Oh no, don't move across. Oh, Dan Hunt, I thought he was going to completely wipe out Murray. And he's trying on 49, that's Max Wright.
Oh, this is just like lap 1 of my Mexican Grand Prix on F1 2016 earlier. But this is lap 10, this is lap 12.
About the same level of violence that went on there as well. In the Kia Optima. And there's so much dust. Hey, it's like they've turned the fog up to 75%. See what Dan Hunt can do about Max Wright. This is for, would you believe, 26th place. If you were in Formula 1 in the early 90s, you'd have been last in 26th place.
This is just the top of the reverse grid as well. So these are the lowest positions they're fighting over.
Max Wright fighting with all his worth here. Because he knows that. He'll know that that's a potential reverse grid slot. On the inside, Hunt's on the outside. Oh, and there's not a lot of room there, gentlemen.
Oh.
Bosh! Max Wright getting out of shape. He hits Daniel Hunt. Here comes Murray again. He's going to go for the middle again, is he? No, he's not. Is his teammate involved? He doesn't want to go in there. Wright goes in quite deep to Redgate. Oh, hits Hunt again. Here comes Stuart McFadden, the Scottish driver now, looking to take advantage for the Automec team, and it's not done between Wright and Hunt down the craners. There's a bit more contact and into the old hairpin. Car squirming around all over the place. What a battle! This is, dear me. McFadden on the outside, Adam now.
McFadden, here he is. Oh, into the lanes. To the outside goes Dan Hunt. That right-hand side of the car.
Gentlemen, we're on the last lap.
Oh, no,
Wojciech Seminovic is going to cross the line. He's going to win the race. Seminovic, round 1 winner. Baker, then Hall, then Everett, then Harrod.
Oh no, slow down for Cunniff on the run to the line. Will he serve it in time?
He has to, otherwise he'll be disqualified. A good result for Dennis Melchett, 15th. We've got to look at this battle then. Did Daniel Hunt get in front of Max Wright? No, he didn't, as he got to slow down now.
Bond is going to get him, I think, by the line. She does. Laura Bonds will take 28th, Dan Hunt 29th. Katz was somewhere in there in 30th.
Murray had to slow down.
Murray.
He got 33rd. Look at this mess coming across the line. Kip Stevens.
Oh.
Kip Stevens, Jake Blackhall.
Kip Stevens finished 42nd.
That Blackhall's a race winner as well, isn't he? You know, Stephen ex-champion, you know, down in the 40s. Crazy.
I mean, it does appear that they were all banned from qualifying, but still. Oh, wait.
And only 3 cars failed to finish out of all that.
And they were Julian Janowski, Michael Blake and Thorstein Helgeson. That's 2 Sim Gear cars and an Alphalatech car. So not good if your car is luminous green today. Yellow, green, whatever that colour is. Adam, take us through that amazing final result.
Wojciech Seminovic takes the win then, 1 second ahead of David Baker. Baker had his opportunity, but he just failed to take it. Michael Hall finishing in 3rd to make it 2 CQR cars on the podium. Alex Everett 4th. Good result for Fanatec. 5th for Pete Harrod. 6th Dan Kraft. Stelin Chapelewski 7th. Matt Bunn in 8th. Ash Sutton in 9th, and Colin Cunniff with that late slowdown rounding out the top 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 10 CQR or Race Hub branded cars. 11th is Stephen Baxter, 12th George Simmons, Mark Johnston on his return in 13th, Nicole Foggy making his debut in the Pro class, finishing in 14th, Dennis Melcher 15th, Paul Smith finishing in 16th, car 16 in 16th, Sven Glatzel 17th, Richard Gore 18th, Jack McIntyre 19th and Rusty Laidler in 20th. Miguel Freitas putting his toe in the water in the BSRTC after the Club 73 Championship. Gets 21st, 22nd for Ben Hackison, 23rd for Jamie Ayres, 24th Mark Woodhouse after spending half a lap taking the Donington Park Rallycross circuit. 25th Nathan Davis, 26th Max Wright, 27th Stuart McFadden, 28th Laura Bond ahead of her teammate Dan Hunt in 29th. Andreas Katz, the two-time champion, suffered a slowdown and then a trip through the old hairpin gravel, finished in 30th. John Roberts finishing in 31st, the King of the Ring and the AM leader. 32nd, Pete Newman, remarkable. 33rd, Lorne Murray. 34th, Stuart Atkinson. Lee Berridge in 35th. 36th for Scott Malcolm. Alex Smolensky didn't have the best of opening races, started 14th, may have had a pit lane start, hence why he finished in 37th. Adam Hadfield 38th, Ewan Tyndall in 39th, and Ross McFarlane in 40th. 41st, Andrew Whitehead, back of the grid for him. Kip Stevens 42nd, two-time champion. Jake Blackhall 43rd, Rob Graham 44th, Tristan Bodis in 45th, 46th. Cesare Rizzo, the top 46 all separated by 55 seconds, and then Julian Janowski, Michael Blake and Thorstein Helgersen all out on the opening lap of the race.
What a great race that was. Alex, there was more fire out there on the track than a Game of Thrones episode.
That's saying something.
And more death, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Fantastic race. I mean, Adam, you summed it up off air, didn't you? That you wanted to actually commentate on this one because the action round here is so great, and I think we've seen that some awesome battles going on out there for, best part of a lap in some cases. I mean, that battle between Baker and Svidovic, absolutely top class, and Sutton doing his thing, and some other great little battles as well. So can't wait for the next race with the reverse grid. It's going to be really interesting.
Adam, would you fancy being in the middle of that field?
I think I'm glad I made the decision to be up here.
They might be too. So we've got the reverse grid wheel coming up then. Alex, if you can do the honours and tell us who's going to be on pole position, because it could be all sorts of good names in the fray.
We'll spin then, see where we get. Obviously lots of falls last week.
If it is a full, it will be 46 cars reversed.
But it's not going to be. We've hit 32nd.
That is Pete Newman. Pete Newman's going to be happy with that because he couldn't see the front for love or money in that first race. He's going to be there. Second is His Royal Highness John Roberts. Andreas Katz, he's going to be delighted. He's in third. Dan Hunt fourth and Laura Bond in fifth.
Right then, well, Pete Newman been a showdown contender in both the last two seasons of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship. We'll find out whether he can take a win in round 2 of the evening tonight. So join us back here at Donington Park after this break.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
in the outside, contact made, 56 slides in at a 4, who's gonna be at the stripe, dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
In the outside, contact made. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. It's the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship from the Donington Park circuit in the United Kingdom. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Adam Bath and iRacing World Championship driver Alex Simpson for round 73 of the season. And Alex, we are over half distance. And can you believe it already? It doesn't seem like yesterday since we were in Phillip Island.
I can't believe we're halfway. It's just crazy. Where did that go?
No idea. It went about as fast as the British summer, I think.
Yeah.
And Adam, it was we saw what the weather was like at Colchester for the football last night, and the drivers will be happy that there's no precipitation in sight tonight.
No, thank goodness. But we will have day to night soon to iRacing, so that's possibly one step closer to rain, you might say, in the future. But yeah, BSRTC in the wet possibly doesn't bear thinking about. But yeah, we've got not long before we get going. We've got a nice, a medium-sized reverse grid, 32 cars. That's still pretty big but in any other series. And yeah, with the overcast conditions, they're going to have to be pretty careful.
Touring Car Championship field, I think, is about 32 cars, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
And we've just taken all those, reversed them, and put Pete Newman on pole. And Alex, Pete Newman, as we know, very good, very experienced driver. 2 consecutive showdowns. He'll be looking for a third. What does he have to do to take the win here? Because he's got some strong competition. Yeah,
he's going to have a tough old race on his hands, that's for sure. Because that grid that was reversed, they're all really, really competitive in and around there. So get a good start, try and pull away. Hope the guys have a little battle behind, and that there's no sort of major accident that's going to allow the fast guys through. Yeah, and he could be in for it. It'd be good to see Pete in there again. I think he's got a tough job. You know, we're halfway through, and points are very competitive to try and get in that top 10 right now.
Through the grid then, Pete Newman on the pole, Robert second, Katz third, Hunt 4th, Bond 5th, McFadden 6th, Max Wright 7th, Nathan Davis in 8th, 9th Mark Woodhouse, and 10th Jamie Ayres. And then quickly Hackerson, Freitas, Laidler, McIntyre, Gore, Glatzel, Smith, Melchert, Foggy, Mark Johnston rounds out the top 20 on the grid.
Thank you very much, Adam. A second now, then we're going to get round 2 underway. We're sorry for the delay, but we're back. We've got 3 rounds to go. I'm sure this one will be fantastic. Here we go. Revs are rising. Red lights are on.
Green, green, green.
And the green light is on. Good start by Newman. Fantastic start by Andreas Katz. He ended up in the gravel in the last race. Didn't have the best of times, but he's already going alongside HRH John Roberts into the first corner. Laura Bond going through as well in 4th position. Pete Newman got sideways. He lost a lot of momentum, and you can see they're battling away. Number 42, Nathan Davis, in the middle of that pack. He's getting sideways coming out of Redgate.
That's into the lead then straight away as a result of Pete Newman running wide through Redgate, now into the old hairpin.
Oh, who is that in the background? One of the CQR cars is sliding right off the track. He's out the way, fortunately.
Matt Bunn car, 104. Well off the track.
Slow down as well for Dennis Melchert. They're still having to avoid him as they go up to McLean's.
Oh, and somebody else is off as well. I think it's Murray.
Oh,
it wasn't Murray, sorry, it wasn't. It was Graham. Rob Graham. Track. And leading then is Andreas Katz, 2 times champion. Adam, he's not had the best of luck over the last probably 2 seasons, really, but this is a great chance for him to win.
Oh, he couldn't sum it up more than the final corner of the final race of the season, losing out on the title to Sebastian Joe. How close that was, but he's leading here. Newman second, and in the background Bond is going into battle with Stuart McFadden and her teammate Dan Hunt into Redgate. McFadden round the outside, he can get that done. Had a battle with Kip Stevens here back in the PSRTC a few years ago through this section, but now he's having to fend off Dan Hunt as they go through the Craner curves.
McFadden trying to attack Laura Bond, but coming under pressure from Daniel Hunt. In the other Pro Sim car, McFadden trying to sneak up the inside into the old hairpin. It's a tricky corner to get through on. It's not exactly one way you can generally outbrake the car in front. I had a massive shunt in GT3 here at that very corner because you get caught out by the car's braking. You can't see very well, Alex, when you're behind another car in that section.
No, not at all. Nathan Davis has joined this party as well. He just got past Woodhouse going through the old hairpin on this lap, and now having a bit of fun out there as well.
Hunt, and Hunt turns Bond, and Hunt's on the grass,
my word.
and over goes
McIntyre.
the
47.
Oh,
keep it up.
How does he get that? Oh my word. How does no one ever hit him there on the back straight?
Jack McIntyre. Wow.
Foggy and
Just about
Freitas
survives.
and everyone else on the front straight. This is not going to go well, surely. We've got 3 wide, we've got cars 2 wide in front of them. It's like Talladega, super speedway racing.
This is not going to go well indeed. Ashley Sutton, that's stuff in the pit lane, incidentally.
Oh,
as did
and it
Jake
has
Blackall, Ben Haxon, Lee Berridge, and Adam Hadfield. Sorry, Adam.
into the wall goes Woodhouse, Mr.
Oh.
Woodhouse.
Well, I mean, that's never something you want to hear, Alex. Never something I want to hear anyway. What's happened to Mark?
Now let's look at that back on replay because we missed it. Who was he side by side
Number 10, Richard Gore.
Been in the wars a little bit, hasn't he, so far?
Max Ryan as
Mark?
well was in there.
What was he? He was on the inside going into this corner. Oh, and then it turned to 3 wide, and fortunately it's a racing incident, but it was Mark's quarter panel that was exposed, and you know what happens?
It's still not over in that Richard Gore battle. He's now wheel to wheel with the purple mirrors. That must be Colin Cunniff, and it is.
Yep.
And Paul Smith, Jamie Ayres, Pete Harrod, a few race-up cars in the mix.
A rare thing's happening in this race. Off goes Cunniff. Got a bit of a
Bounced all awkward, didn't he, over the curb, and look at that shot. As they come down that straight, that is just crazy.
Classic stuff there.
These are the quick drivers as well. You've got Baker there. Oh, Baker, Englishman and a Scotsman.
Sounds like a joke. Look at this pack,
Where's
Alex,
Fluke
coming
when you
down.
need
I
him?
can't look down the Craner curves. Baker's on the outside. He's getting absolutely freight train. I think he's got to slow down. Into the old hairpin then.
And look who he's fallen behind. He's just got passed by Wojciech Savinovic.
Stephen Baxter, Alex Everett, Colin Cunniff, Stelian Chepelevsky, Wojciech Savinovic has come through. Baker having a look on Wojciech. He's through. He's up the inside at least. Baker should be able to get that done to McLean's, Adam.
Just about. Yeah, through Coppice he goes and up into what is, oh goodness me, on the time it's good, 25th place.
Yeah.
25th, he was 20th at the start of the lap. Shows you what happens when you got that slowdown. Up the inside of Cunniff goes Chepelevsky. Car 5, they go wheel to wheel. Savinovic nudges him, pins him down on that inside part of the track.
Cunniff this time didn't hit the curb too hard and managed to keep it all together. He's on the outside line now. They'll look at Michael Hall trying to get involved for the CQR as well. CQRS line, he tried to look up the middle, car number 9, but it's 61. Colin Cunniff, the Scottish driver who's trying to make his way through past the Bulgarian Stelian Chepelevsky, who wants his first BSRTC title.
He's been at it for a few seasons. Stelian Chepelevsky now got his best opportunity as he's
season 2 maybe?
Yeah, season 2 or 3. Runner-up to Andreas Katz back in season 3, so yeah, been at it a while. Took a bit of a break between season 5 and season 8, the dawn of the Pro Series.
He's basically fought everyone over time now, hasn't he? He's fought the likes of Kip Stevens and Jamie Rushworth and Sebastian Job and
Stefan Hoog
and all the great veterans of this series.
Guys, look at about 8th, 9th and 10th at the moment. That's a crazy battle going on. Foggy involved, Hunt, side by side.
Foggy
and here comes
bounced over
Simmons.
the curb, but he bounced over pretty cleanly, and George Simmons now attacking Daniel Hunt. The yellow boosted motorsport car is on the prowl and he's looking up the middle. Adam here might go through on the Pro Sim car.
Oh, looking at the car sliding about under braking. Almost like
Laidler. Rusty Laidler there. Just about defending from Sven Glatzel, who's done his usual trick of making up quite a few positions out on the course today. 8 positions gained for Glatzel.
Hunt and Simmons. How does that not end in disaster? Hunt round the outside. Sideways. And he's onto the grass and the gravel and the dirt, and round the outside goes the Northern Lights Racing car, Foggy.
Fantastic racing there. The back end of the top 10, top end of the top 20. And a rare thing has happened at the front actually. A little bit of fuel spread. Andreas Katz leads by 0.6 of a second. Then there's 1 second to John Roberts, 2 seconds to McFadden, and another 2 seconds to Nathan Davis.
Daniel Kraft now on the prowl, and he's trying to get past Miguel Freitas here as they head out of Coppice and down the back straight. Paul Smith is just in front of these two. Kraft's going to go to the outside here. Freitas almost out of control on the brakes. That was very good there by the Portuguese driver.
Yeah, man who's very, very good in the VW Jetta a couple of seasons ago in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship, making his way. Well, he's making his way down the order actually, but he's a very quick driver. He's not got as much experience with the Kia, I don't believe, but definitely one that you can learn at. Alex, you raced at Le Mans in this car. A lot of experience of these type of packs. What's the strategy?
I don't think there is a strategy, to be honest. It's
Run away.
Yeah, just go with the flow and just try and pick an opportunity when you see one. You got to commit to it though. That's the thing. As soon as you see an opportunity, you've got to go and you've got to be aggressive with it. I think that's the thing.
When you're in a pack like this, you've got to escape it, haven't you? You've got to
yeah, exactly. You can't half-ass the move, because otherwise you'll be left offline and the whole pack will just come steaming past you. So very difficult to make the moves, but when you do, commit strong.
Speaking of arse, Glatzel's been hitting Laidler up it for most of the previous lap, Adam, and still can't get past Rusty Laidler.
He doesn't want to look like one, does he? As they come up on corner.
Still time for that, by the way. We're only on lap. We only just started lap 8 of 13.
Just over the halfway distance mark of the race. Yeah, Laidler is in 7th, by the way. 6 positions gained for him. You can see the different lines getting taken through Redgate there as the drivers get the best run on the exit through Hollywood and through the Craner curves. Laidler, then it's Glatzel, then Simmons, Foggy, and then you can see the Pro Sim car of Dan Hunt, Gore, Smith, Kraft, Harrod, all in this long train.
Laura Bond having a decent run, about a second and a half in front of these guys. P6 for Laura, and a fairly strong race for Pro Sim. As we said, we talked to Kip Stevens during the break, and I was joking with him saying you're going to be able to see the start lights. Well,
here we
slow down for Gore.
Oh, and here comes Glatzel as well. Yeah, slow down for Gore.
Oh, contact.
Simmons, now it's Simmons' opportunity. There's nothing you can do, Sven. You're boxed in well and truly.
Can't escape that there.
Oh, Glatzel Simmons on the brakes. Fantastic there. And now surely this will allow the Scottish Northern Lights racing car to set him up, but he now has to fend off the pressure from Dan Hunt, Nicole Foggy.
Fantastic battling in the low reach in the top 10. Hunt having a look at the inside. He nearly made it 3 wide. Alex there.
I thought he was going for it.
Heart in the mouth moment for our colleague, but yeah, Daniel Hunt trying his best. Very experienced as well. He's not afraid to get in amongst it and dust it up with the best, Adam.
Baker and Cunniff, sorry guys, in the background as well, coming down the hill.
Dave Baker trying to get some positions back.
Well, that's still in the 20s.
I know.
Baker definitely hasn't been able to get those positions back since the slowdown. In fact, since we last checked up on him, he's only gained 1 place, so he's up to 23rd.
And that was passing Wojciech Savidovic.
Oh, Hunt and Kraft.
Oh, it's finally kicks off here. Dan Hunt has gone, I think, disqualified.
Kraft's been disqualified, I think. Oh no, Kraft's fine.
But Hunt's been disqualified. What transpires here then?
Paul Smith will be pleased. He's getting 2 positions there.
Oh, he will have been laughing, I think. Or maybe not, because it was one of his CQR colleagues.
Pete Harrod's coming past him, and Gore up the inside of Smith. That's the battle that continue on probably into the 22nd century, no doubt.
Kraft not going to be happy with
just
that.
Heads floating in jars. Still be battling with each other, like Richard Nixon in Futurama. As
been quite close at the front, guys.
What's that?
Been quite close at the front. Newman catching up to Katz. He's was over a second at one point. It's back down to 0.6 of a second. So we get into the rhythm. Katz needs, like Newman, both these drivers actually need this victory. I don't think they're going to get in, if I'm brutally honest, in the top 10. Katz has had a lot of missed weeks, and such a tough field this season. That if he can pick up some wins, there's possibly a wild card slot on up for grabs. And I think this is what both of them are thinking right now.
Where's Newman sat in the championship?
28th
at the minute. Yeah, so it's unlikely to make that 3rd consecutive showdown, Pete Newman. Good lap for Andreas Katz, Alex. He's stretched that to nearly 1 second now.
Yeah, the final half of that lap, just as he got close, really on the money from Katz, pulls back away.
It's funny, in the BSRTC, we don't really tend to talk about good lap versus bad lap, do we? Because it's usually just wheel-to-wheel combat between the drivers, and we don't often compare lap times here, but Andreas Katz 110.2, Pete Newman 110.6, and we're talking about presidents. Well, we've got a king in 3rd place, and he's looking to impeach Pete Newman and Andreas Katz.
They'll be hoping to abdicate, possibly. That's more, yeah, as they go through the old hairpin. John Roberts in third place, on for a podium.
Nico Foggy had to abdicate the AM Championship.
Oh no, what's happened with Laura? Laura Bond slow. I think that's probably a slowdown. And she's gone from 6th to 10th.
Wager the old hairpin there as possibly the culprit for Laura. Great racing, fantastic stuff. You don't know where to look.
On Roberts' teammate George Simmons now fancies his opportunity to get by Laidler. Good run on the exit of Coppice, but the CQR speed still present in that race-up car for Rusty Laidler going into the final chicane.
Even though it's got a tiny bit of damage, the veteran driver is not veteran in terms of the series. He's not old, but he's got a lot of experience in the Kia Optima, Rusty Laidler, and defending hard from George Simmons.
Paul Smith nearly gets at the inside of Laura, but I can see that in the background. And now that's opened him up to attack for number 10, Richard Gore.
Yeah, Gore and Smith again then. Could be in a minute.
It's 2015 all over again.
That's Freitas in the middle of that.
It's actually Harrod, guys, sorry.
Oh, my apologies.
Where is Smith then? Smith's
just behind.
The pink mirrors I was looking for,
yeah,
yes.
Smith's behind, sorry. Smith's with Freitas and Baxter, sorry, yeah.
Well, I thought Pete Harrod had the pink mirrors, but yeah, he's the one with the black mirrors, Pete Harrod.
Laidler's defending absolutely brilliantly, Alex. If you want to show a textbook on defending, you need to show pictures of this driving.
Yeah, Rusty knows his stuff, doesn't he? He does a bit of real racing, bit of fun racing in his.
He's been around Donington.
I think he's won at Silverstone, hasn't he, Laidler, in his VW? So.
Oh, on the inside, Foggy.
But it's very difficult, isn't it, to?
Oh, this is here comes the Fanatec car.
Very difficult, Alex, to really place the car perfectly, lap after lap after lap, isn't it, without making a mistake? Yeah,
that's it. And we've seen a couple of drivers that are pretty top at that as well. Hall the other week at Mid-Ohio against Stellion.
Hall's one of the best in the series.
Pete Harrod and Gore. Well, Pete Harrod and Bond side by side, sorry. Somehow this is the last lap, guys, as well.
yeah. Speaking about Michael Hall, he's in 19th place, 11 positions game for him. Bond and Harrod going side by side, banging wheels, and Bond just getting shuffled back a little bit there.
Simmons is impatient, he wants to try and get by number 23, and he runs wide as a result, and it's all kicking off behind. That's Bond onto the gravel. Gore got more damage as well.
Epilevsky fancies a sniff at this entire pack.
To the front, guys.
Got to be to the front because Andreas Katz comes through. It's not been a great season from the German, but that will feel a heck of a lot better. Andreas Katz takes round 2 of the evening. We have to go back to that pack involving Simmons. Glatzel goes wide, he bounces off the curb. Also on the curb is Foggy. Harrod is trying to come through as well. It's going to be very close coming across the line. I think
for Simmons.
I think Harrod's going to get there. Simmons slowed down. And Stelin Czepleski got a couple of places, I think, on that final lap as well, up to 16th. And I can hear some crashing coming across the line. Still going. Michael Blake and Ashley Sutton. This is going to be wheel to wheel across the line. Alex, it's going to be very close. I can't quite see it, but I think it's Blake.
That's Blake, yep.
What is a 10th? Blackhall coming across the line again to take 38th. Hackerson, pit lane start for him, takes 39th.
It was the same for Sutton, Blackhall, and a couple of others as well down the bottom end of the grid. Berridge, Hadfield, I think, were starting from the pits too.
Berridge, yeah, takes 42nd place. We had Mark Johnston didn't take the start, but yeah, we had Hunt 5 laps down at that disqualification. Scott Malcolm also 5 laps down. That must have been a crash because he towed back to the pits. Ewan Tyndall the same, and yeah, the same for Woodhouse. Helgeson, 2 races in a row now. The Scandinavian, and Janowski as well, 2 0s for him.
Yeah, not a good meeting for the sim gear guys so far. I'm sure that will change for race 3. But Adam, if you could take us through the finishing order then for round 73 of the season.
Cats takes the win then. It is 2-0 to Apex in the ongoing battle between them and CQR. Pete Newman second, John Roberts third, 3 different teams on the podium. Stuart McFadden fourth, making it 4 different teams in the top 4. Nathan Davis in 5th, Rusty Laidler 6th, Sam Glatzel 7th, Pete Harrod 8th, Nicole Foggy 9th, losing a few positions at the end there as the car just wouldn't get off the grass going through the final corner. And Richard Gore in 10th, Laura Bond 11th, George Simmons, that slowdown lost him about 5 positions on that run to the line. Paul Smith in 13th. 14th, Stephen Baxter, Miguel Freitas in 15th, 16th for Stelian Chapelewski, Max Wright 17th, 18th for Alex Everett, 19th Michael Hall, and 20th for Colin Cunniff. Jamie Ayres 21st, Dave Baker 22nd, finishing ahead of Wojciech Savidovic this time. 24th Alex Malensky, 25th Ross McFarlane, 26th Dan Kraft, 27th Lorne Murray, 28th Matt Bunn, 29th for Jack McIntyre, who we saw have to take evasive action when he was on the grass earlier. 30th Kip Stevens, 31st Andrew Whitehead, 32nd Dennis Melchert, 23rd for Cesare Rizzo, Rob Graham 34th, Tristan Bodis in 35th, 36th Michael Blake, Ash Sutton in 37th, Jake Blackhall 38th, 39th Ben Hackison, and 40th for Stuart Atkinson. 41st Adam Hadfield, 42nd Lee Berridge, and with the cars that we mentioned that failed to finish. Dan Hunt 5 laps down, Scott Malcolm as well 5 laps down, Ewan Tyndall 6 laps down, Mark Woodhouse 10 laps down, Thorstein Helgeson 12 laps down, and Julian Janowski 13 laps down with Mark Johnston, who didn't take the start.
Thanks very much, Adam. And once more, Alex is the man with the power. Man with the reverse grid wheel. What are you thinking, mate? You thinking a full might be on the cards this time? 42 cars?
Well, let's see. Let's give it a spin. On. It could be on. Oh, it is as well. It's definitely going to land bang in the middle. Couldn't be any closer to the middle of the full.
Here we go. It's full. So 42, and that'll be Lee Berridge, who... well, he survived, didn't he, after a pit lane start in round 2, Adam, and his reward is pole position.
Who was on the pole again?
Lee Berridge.
Lee Berridge. Oh, so 42 cars, and then Adam Hadfield starting second. They'll both be happy with that. Stuart Atkinson in 3rd, Hackison 4th, so good for the boosted team. Jake Blackhall in 5th, and Ash Sutton, he's looking pretty ominous there. He's going to be starting in 6th.
I think... in all honesty, it'll be down to Blackhall and Hackison to stop him, you would think. But Berridge, Hardfield, no slouches at all, and Atkinson in the Kia Optima. So we'll see what sort of a fight they can put up against Ash Sutton, who really is the master of Donington Park. We will see you back here on Apex Racing TV very shortly when the BSRTC continues.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
On the outside, contact made. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to the BSRTC on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Thank you everybody for joining us on this Thursday evening. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Adam Bath and iRacing World Championship driver Alex Simpson. And Adam, well, first two races were fantastic. We've now got a full reverse grid. We've got massively hot track temperatures and generally some pretty clean racing. We've only seen about, I think, 8 retirements in 2 races.
Yeah, well, we had 3 cars out in race 1 and about 5 in race 2, so we're doing pretty well so far, and the racing's been tremendous, really close, and yeah, it's going to be heating up even more in more ways than one for when race 3 gets going. 50 degrees track temperature, I think that is as high as it can go on iRacing.
I think you're right, and Alex, that's going to mean that the drivers, by the end of the race, they're really going to have to watch their tyres, aren't they? Because
I think
in fact, they're going to have to watch it from the start of the race.
Yeah, with the high-speed nature of this circuit as well, they're really going to abuse the tyres as well, so I wouldn't be surprised after sort of 1.5 laps there'll be that drop-off in pace that you see, and yeah, they'll already be nursing them a little bit to make sure that they've got some life left at the end.
Normally this is the time of the race build-up when I would say to you, you know, the idea is to take it easy in the first few laps, conserve the tyres, maybe make a push at the end. But with the field how it is and so many cars around you, it's really very difficult to do that, because the moment you back off, the moment you get passed by 10 cars.
But that's the thing, yeah, you've got to try and maintain your position, use the draft well and things like that. So it's not going to be easy for the guys out there, and those that have got a naturally sort of gentler driving style will be quite strong at the end of the race.
They will, and one of the drivers whose driving style isn't usually described as gentle, Adam, is Ashley Sutton, but one thing's for sure, he is absolutely blinding around this Donington Park circuit. He's going to be starting in 6th position, barring any penalties, of course, and he's really the odds-on favourite to take this one, isn't he?
Yeah, as long as he takes his position on the grid, then he should be good to go, I think, in terms of getting on the podium. He just needs to make sure that he either doesn't get A, disqualified, or B, get caught up in anyone else's mess, because without a shadow of a doubt, he's got the pace to win here. He needs to make sure that he gets to the front in the cleanest way possible.
Yep. Sven Glatzel liking the conditions out there at the minute, half a second quicker than anyone else in the warm-up. Of course, the lap times are going to be pretty slow. We're seeing 1 minute 12s, 1 minute 13s from most of the drivers, and we were seeing, Alex, 1 minute 9s, 10s earlier on.
Crazy how much of a difference the track tank makes. So I think
is
it's
it going to make
great.
a difference to the racing, though?
No, I don't think it is. It's going to affect everybody in exactly the same way. You know, those that can adapt a bit quicker will have a benefit, but generally I think it's just going to be a good race.
It will be indeed in just a few seconds.
Quite funny, there's a couple of cars on, because obviously they share grid slots, don't they? And there's a couple of cars sat in the same grid space, and it's just morphing between the two.
In the pit lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Good.
And the man with the plan is Adam Bath, and he's going to run us down the grid in just a few seconds.
Oh yeah, here we go. On the pole position is Lee Berridge. Second is Adam Hadfield. Third, Stuart Atkinson. Fourth, Hackerson. Hope he doesn't have a pit lane start this time. Jake Blackhall in 5th. Ash Sutton, there he is, in 6th. 7th, Michael Blake. 8th, Tristan Bodis. 9th is Rob Graham. And 10th, Cesario Rizzo. 11th, Dennis Melcher. 12th, Andrew Whitehead. 13th, Kip Stevens. 14th for Jack McIntyre. 15th, Matt Bunn. 16th, Lorne Murray. 17th, Dan Kraft. 18th, Ross McFarlane. 19th, Alex Smolensky, and then 20th, Wojciech Swiderowicz with his championship rival, David Baker, starting behind him in 21st. Stanley Chapelewski will be starting in 27th. Pete Harrod will be starting in 35th on the grid. Stuart McFadden, 39th. Andreas Katz starting in 42nd. And at the back, we've got the likes of Janowski, Helgerson, and Dave Christie will be starting in 51st place. We've got 2 extra entries this time.
Yeah, Jay Wright as well. So it's good to see Jay in there. Looks like for the Automech team.
Hadfield, Hackerson and Sutton all starting from the pit lane. There's a gaping hole on the right-hand side of the grid.
Absolutely nobody there. Here we go then.
Green, green, green.
Green light, it's on. He's on, and it's a clear path for Lee Berridge. The finest sight in motor racing to not have anyone alongside you on the front row. Stuart Atkinson trying to defend from Jake Blackwell. Very important for the Australian to get ahead of Atkinson. early on if he wants to try and take this one. Atkinson for boosted motorsport, though. He's started off well, and there's a bit of contact in the middle, and it's the knock-hill cars. Well, it's the ultimate car of Graham, I think, bashing wheels possibly with Rizzo.
Yeah, the two Team Mad cars battling away as they go through the Craner curves. Daniel Craft and Matt Bunn, two CQR cars off straight away into the wall. Dan Craft, championship contender as well. That's 2 crashes in 3 races.
With his teammate as well, and Alex, that's never a good thing, but especially not on lap 1.
No, not at all. But yeah, these things happen, unfortunately.
Of course, Davis as well.
No malice in any of it, was it? Just one of those unfortunate recent incidents.
There must be a... Oh, look at this bottleneck through McLean's and then into Coppice, Adam.
Oh yeah, it was all kicking off between Atkinson, Blake, and behind them it's all jockeying for position as well as we go into the final chicane. Blackhall up into second. As Atkinson gets nudged by his own teammate. It is the battle of the teammates so far. Now here comes the automatic car, 31. It's Graham.
The Graham, Bodice and Atkinson. Atkinson's going to yield, I think, here, but Tristan Bodice is not. He's going to try and go past the automatic car and into what is going to be 4th position. It's defending 4th position, really. Graham did have it over the line, but it's Berridge from Blackhall from Blake and Bodice. So the requirement to be in the top 4, you must have a B at the start of your surname, it looks like. Jack McIntyre, Adam, Simgear have had a shocker so far. He's going to be hoping to get into the top 5 here.
Yeah, Helgeson, not the best of race meetings. They'll be hoping for better. Jack McIntyre was having to reverse off the track in race 2. Doesn't want to be doing that here in race 3. Rizzo's dropped down the order as well on this lap. He's down to 13th place as the 2 Pro Sim cars go at it through Coppice. That is Alex Malensky and Kip Stevens. Now, those 2 had a bit of an issue when they were driving for the Elite Martini cars.
Oh, Sirinovic, no! Big
now, that's
one,
not the first time.
Malensky's off and he's almost on the Grand Prix circuit.
That's not the first time that Savinovic and Kip Stevens have collided. Lime Rock Motorsport, I should say, back in 2015. It cost Savinovic a title.
Well, like Savinovic was a bit optimistic there, Alex.
Yeah, I think so. There was too much going on to the right of him, wasn't he? There, he should have just been a little bit more patient. I think hindsight's a wonderful thing, though.
Yes, it'd all be perfect if that was the we had the benefit of it. Down the Craner curves, then the battle between Ross McFarlane and Cesare Rizzo. Now Colin Cunniff gets involved and he hits the Italian.
Here comes Michael Hall and 51 Alex Everett.
Oh, Hall and Rizzo. Oh, Rizzo off. And
saw Andy Neat go off there once.
He's the unfortunate victim there, Cesare Rizzo.
Missed that, unfortunately. We were looking because Blackhall only 0.2 of a second behind Lee Berridge now for the lead.
Michael Hall involved in that as well, Adam. I'm not sure. He's got some damage, I think, Hall. He's dropping back.
Rizzo had to tow back to the pits as well. Lee Berridge with his kaleidoscope of colours atop the Northern Lights racing car. A bit like my phone case as they go out the final corner across the line to start at 4.
No flag on there for Lee Berridge, but he's flying the flag for Northern Lights Racing extremely well at the moment.
And like the Muse Resistance album cover as they go through the final, as they go through turn 1. Red gate.
Jake Blackhall providing some resistance to Lee Berridge's path to victory, and Blackhall, who's a privateer, fully sponsored though by Asher Racing and Logitech, and they're powering him on to some good results this season.
Trying to go for the lead then. There's all sorts kicking off behind in that Rob Graham, Stuart Atkinson battle. But Jake Blackhall trying to go for it into McLean's, but Berridge, regular in the Kia for the last few seasons, putting up a strong defence. Jake Blackhall, who has got a win in the BSRTC, as it's all kicking off again behind. You could see in the same shot, I guess, as Baker flies up the inside. He's up to, he's gained 12 positions. Kip Stevens trying to follow him through.
Oh yeah, I was focusing at the front, but yeah, Stevens trying to make this move then on number 45, Dennis Melcher. Stevens down the inside, strong under braking. German driver has to yield, but barely. Better run from Dennis Melcher today. A very, very quick driver.
Blackhall setting up Berridge, I think, through turn 1. they both took different lines going through the first corner, and really trying to get the prize here. But I think Berridge should hold on for now.
Berridge is a driver, Alex, that's become so much more solid in the last year or so, and of course that is the commentator's curse right there.
Sorry, Lee.
Watching that other battle, let's take it back and look at that. He's cursed him. Oh yeah, straight away just misses the breaking point. Unfortunate.
I thought I was safe talking about him when he was down there on his own with no car next to him, but
Dave Baker and Jack McIntyre now trying to fight over 8th and 7th. And
Baker up the inside then.
Oh,
McIntyre trying to run the long way around Coppice for the national straight.
Stevens doing well here. He seems to like the hot conditions because he's up there inside the top 10.
Oh, contact at the front and contact further behind. Not sure what that was.
Oh, is it Bodice and Blake perhaps?
Yeah, and Bodice nearly run over the inside curb, which would have been a slowdown, but just manages to avoid it. So McIntyre, look at that little gaggle behind as well.
Oh, Stevens.
Yeah.
Stevens, just out of the way there. We won't be liking that. Now he's got to deal with those two.
Here.
Basically
51
put
is
himself
Alex
in
Everett.
Oh,
Melcher.
And he's stuck in the wall.
Properly
He's
off
been
there.
spat back out.
There's no recovering from that, is there? That's the worst, isn't it? When you're stuck sideways, you're like, no.
And that's the
Sometimes
second
can
team
wiggle it.
team that's been towed back.
Sometimes wiggle it down off the wall, but off the side of the car. Oh,
What's happened?
hope that was just a glitch. I think that was just a glitch. I thought I saw a car flying off. I think it's my computer trying to play catch up. Oh, look at this battle between Max Wright, Harrod, and everyone else. I think it might be the rest of the field down to 44th place. It's Dave Christie, I think it is.
These will all be precious spots for the reverse grid. Savinovic is in there as well. Free wide.
Down for somebody. Is that Atkinson with slow down? Yep.
Oh my word. Freitas, Katz, it's all kicking off in the final chicane. Katz literally went free wide through the middle on the brakes, and now he's having to play catch up again.
Unbelievable. Difference between catch up and catch up. There's 99, Miguel Freitas.
Oh, it's a proper CQR race of battle here as one of the Northern Lights racing cars gets forced out wide. It's car 36, that is Katz versus Pete Newman.
Pete Newman then on the outside for the old hairpin. Wojciech Svidovic on the Katz on the inside. Wojciech Svidovic just ahead of them. Katz goes through. Can he keep it? Race 2 winner, of course. Newman followed him home in second. Malensky's in there just behind, and then number 10, Richard Gort.
Another good battle near the front. Kip Stevens trying to get by Jack McIntyre, but he's going to get hit. He gets a little bit of a tap there by Stephen Baxter going into the final chicane. This is over 9th and 10th, and just in front of him is free wide Rob Graham up in the middle.
Everett, is it? No, it's
51 is Everett, I think.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, it's not going to work, surely. Somehow it has, but not without some contact.
Kip Stevens trying to take advantage of that as well. He's side by side now with McIntyre after that move. McIntyre really was hung out to dry on the outside. Lost all the momentum.
Right in the thick of it. Stephen Baxter has made up nearly 20 places as well. Onto the grass goes. I'm not sure who that was actually, to be fair. Might be McIntyre. Oh, up the inside Atkinson.
Oh.
Flying up the inside of Ross McFarlane, who we've not really seen tonight. And you've got the Northern Lights racing car of Cunniff behind, and Sven Glatzel battling away.
Kapilewski in there as well at the inside of the Fanatec car. Kapilewski did well in race 1. Starts to slot back in behind the Fanatec car, just trying to get it home, I think. We are on lap 8 of 13, still a bit of a way to go in this race.
Yeah, some of the drivers might be reasonably close to their incident limits, of course.
Graham versus Stevens down the front straight. Stevens cuts to the outside, trying to get as much inside as he can, because he knows that Stephen Baxter's going to try and get there, which he nearly does.
Well, this is for P7. Graham fighting hard then, started 9th. Good progress for him. Stevens started 13th. And of course Baxter has been absolutely charging his way through the field. Ash Sutton is catching the field, but he's 6 seconds still off at the back of Dave Christie. 41st for the man who led the BCCC after 2 rounds at Snetterton. Jake Blackall, though, he's won races before in this series, Alex, and he's on the way towards another one. He's still got 4 laps to go after this one, but looking good.
Yeah, nice little margin now. He's outside of any kind of draft or anything like that. So, yeah, Blackall, another one that I think he's outside the top 10 at the moment as well, isn't he? So, in it earlier on and then out of it. He's going to be there or thereabouts. He might need to fall back on some of these wins that he's got to get a wildcard slot. So, drivers need to start thinking about that now.
Blackall 14th in the championship, Jake Blackall.
Baker and Bodice side by side. It was.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he's
contact,
still there.
Baxter and Graham.
Oh, it's all kicking off here now. 3 wide. Stevens has all of a sudden got a whole lot of damage to the front of
Stevens
his
and
car.
Simmons. And Graham.
Graham, he's going to be careful. Please rejoin carefully, Graham, and he does.
To go straight across, which is probably the safest option. Has he got suspension damage there, Graham?
Oh, who was it that rejoined? Was it one of the... Well, it was Aaron Smith, wasn't it, a few years ago in the BTCC that tried to do that, and it just nearly ended in disaster.
Yeah, it just didn't work at all. I remember that one. Baker looking for 3rd. They got the inside of Bodice. Bodice runs a tiny bit wide, washes out a little bit towards the outside of Coppice. Baker has the inside shortest route. He also has the inside then for the final chicane at Roberts. Down the inside goes the season 7 champion. Tristan Bodice is getting more impressive in the Kia Optima.
Bodice still has gained 5 positions despite all that, so I make that 4. But yeah, still a good job by the blue boosted car.
Alex, all the drivers out there really talk about certain drivers improving, but pretty much everybody's getting better out there.
Every race they all get better, and I tell you, the series gets more competitive. Every season we do it, and you know that top 10. I tell you what, going for that showdown, it's just going to be crazy.
There are 27 seconds between 40 cars on this circuit.
He said that Sven Glatzel's like Ash Sutton's understudy. Well, he's definitely working that magic here. He's the biggest mover with 24 positions gained.
The young Padawan is well, he may be rapidly becoming the master, Alex, because he's going to challenge Colin Cunniff for 11th, and that will be 25 positions gained.
Yeah, a driver that's really stepped up. I mean, race 1 we obviously saw him against the True Master. Ash was still able just to run around the outside of him, so he's got some way to go.
I mean, I've raced with Sven Glatzel a few times, as have you, Adam, and you know, he's always been a tough competitor, but we never expected really this kind of ultimate performance from him, both in qualifying in race 1 and in reverse grid races. It's definitely the most impressive part of his game is the way he makes his way through the field.
Yeah, the Fanatec team have come on really strong this season. And he quarter panels in!
He punts Cunniff. Oh dear.
Pepe takes full advantage of that, moves himself up into 11th.
So he's still gained 24 positions.
I'll have that system in.
Cunniff did get going, and no damage either, so it looks like he's been able to do a quick spin turn or whatever it was, because yeah, he's back going again and only 1 place behind Sven. He's coming for you.
Here comes Stephen Baxter going for his 23rd position gained. And Michael Blake this time is the victim. Now Fanatec car. EMA number 44. Well, inside goes Baxter into Coppice. Not a lot of room there. Reminds me of the old club corner slightly, Adam, where you can take a few different lines through there.
Really is. Yeah, great way to start the straight. And Kip Stevens, up the inside goes Baxter. Car 48, the Fanatec car through.
Oh, he's out of control. Oh, he's okay. You can tell a few drivers are really feeling the tyres and also...
Baker on Berridge.
Final lap of the race.
second place. Baker's trying to cut back.
Oh no! Two
What?
cars off Michael Blake, and it's Stephen Baxter.
They've parked against the fence together. Oh, they came across. Stevens got a piece of that as well. He was very unlucky. He was very lucky not to have to retire Kip Stevens after that.
Glatzel versus Cunniff. Now we saw what happened the first time these two met. They're down the Craner curves. Cunniff up the inside. Here comes 47 McIntyre. He doesn't know what to do either.
And while that's all going on as well, Alex Everett versus Tristan Boddice for P4. Dave Baker is still attacking Lee Berridge for second place, Alex.
Yep, trying to go around the outside of Coppice. Not a move that's very easy. He'll get a slightly better run. Of course, maybe.
Oh,
He's trying to
Berridge
get to
has
the inside.
cover.
Berridge going defensive.
Meanwhile,
he has to brake hard on the inside line. Is he going to make the corner? He barely does. Baker shoves into the corner. He's trying to barge his way through again, the Season 7 champion. But it's Jake Blackhall that takes the victory there. The Australian gets round 3. Lee Berridge, second place, started on pole. That's a great performance by Berridge. David Baker in third. Fourth for Boddice and fifth for Alex Everett. And what a race that was, and it's still going on.
I think they're pretty much just crossing where the finish line is on Project Cars as they go.
Yeah, I got where that is.
Over the line comes Janowski. That's a finish for him.
That Bunn. Having a look on it was Bunn, wasn't it? Having a look on J right.
Talk about the people that are coming across. That's it. Everybody's across. What a closely packed field that one was as well.
Yeah, all the finishes, 43 of them, finished within 40 seconds of each other, or 41 seconds to be exact. But what a performance that was. Ash Sutton got up to 39th in the end. Doesn't sound like a lot, but considering he started from the pit lane, I tell you what, Alex, there's a time when with that kind of race, 32 seconds off the lead would have got you into the top 20.
Yeah, crazy. That's crazy.
Right then, Adam, I'll have my breather, and you can enjoy reading out these results for us.
Hey, Jake Blackhall takes the win. Lee Berridge second. Dave Baker third. Fourth for Tristan Boddice. Fifth, Alex Everett. Sixth, Kip Stevens. Seventh, George Simmons. Eighth, Ross McFarlane. Ninth, Stelian Chepelewski. And 10th, Sven Glatzel. 11th, Colin Cunniff. 12th, Pete Harrod. 13th, Jack McIntyre. 14th for Lorne Murray, 15th Rob Graham, 16th Michael Blake, 17th Max Wright, 18th Stuart Atkinson, 19th Stephen Baxter and 20th for Andrew Whitehead. 21st is Paul Smith, 22nd Miguel Freitas, 23rd for Rusty Laidler, Wojciech Savidovic 24th, 25th for Andreas Katz, the two Apex teammates there, Jamie Ayres 26th, 27th Richard Gore, 28th Michael Hall, 29th Pete Newman and 30th John Roberts. 31st is Julian Janowski, 32nd Alex Smolensky, 33rd Dan Hunt, 34th Nicole Foggy, 35th Forstein Helgerson, 36th Scott Malcolm, 37th Jay Wright, 38th Matt Bunn, 39th there he is Ash Sutton, and 40th Ben Hackerson, 41st Adam Hadfield, 42nd Dave Christie, 43rd Mark Woodhouse, and the cars that did not finish the race: Nathan Davis, Stuart McFadden, Mark Johnston, Dennis Melcher, Dan Kraft, Ewan Tyndall, Cesario Rizzo, and Laura Bond, finishing in 51st. Right, Alex, we've got the League Cup draw going on at the moment. What about the reverse grid draw for race 4?
In that wheel and see what we get.
Got about the League Cup draw.
Here we go then. Could be another fall, guys. Looking like it. Is
That's going to be Mark Woodhouse. We've got a Woodhouse on the pole. Christie second.
Excellent.
Hadfield third, Hackerson fourth, Sutton back in the top 5 again, so hopefully this time he's able to take advantage of it rather than starting with the pit.
Yeah, these guys are going to learn very, very quickly that not to get pit lane starts if they keep getting reversed into the top 5 and not being able to take advantage of it. So here's hoping. Ben Hackerson incidentally only finished 3 seconds behind Ash Sutton, with Adam Hadfield only a further second behind, so there's a very good chance of a good battle at the front regardless. So join us back here for the final time tonight here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live as the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship carries on at Donington Park.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group. to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race. So you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
On the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be into stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Final time tonight, the BSRTC returns to Donington Park, round 4 of the evening, round 75 of the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson. And Alex, well, we've gone from heat of the desert, so somewhat, to heat of maybe the northeast in autumn time.
Yeah, I mean, the weather's gone sort of all over the place, hasn't it, tonight? And I think it was a bit different in the failed session that went up as well. So, yeah, we've seen a bit of everything. Honestly, if we had rain, we'd have had rain, and as well tonight, I'm sure.
So you would have been correct. Donington Park doesn't often see rain for the for the British Touring Car Championship. Adam, it doesn't seem, but. You saw it, of course, for that amazing 1993 race we were talking about.
Oh god, yeah, I think the last time I can remember a wet Donington race was 2009 or something. Remember a heavy crash for a BMW. But yeah, on the grid, 19 degrees track temperature. Mark Woodhouse is on the pole. Now, if your name's Woodhouse, you usually have a good record if you're on pole in a BSRTC race.
I think it might even be a 100% record. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure.
Dave Christie's second, so a Woodhouse and a Christie, so we've got a commentator's front row. Hadfield in third, Hackerson fourth, Sutton fifth. He has taken his spot on the grid this time. So the guys in front, you better watch out. And in fact, we've got a quick grid, so here come the lights.
All right, here we go then. Ready for the start, round 4. Donington Park, green flag flies. Away from the line, decent start from Woodhouse, very good start from Hackerson. He pushes straight in front of Sutton, and once again Hackerson's connection seems to be troubling him. Into Redgate corner for the first time. Woodhouse is sideways through there, and Hackerson's already trying to go through, and it's going to be 3 wide down Hollywood. Hollywood driving on the first lap, and off goes Ashley Sutton.
How did that not end in disaster? I don't know.
I don't think
it still might, because we're into the old hairpin. Car's still not up to temperature pressures. Alex haven't equalised yet, and Sutton has a slowdown.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. Someone's cutting the corner as well there, so I'm surprised there wasn't more actually with the cooler conditions this time.
2 cars out of the race already, Mark Johnston and McIntyre.
Is it Laidler that's off? Oh, he was sideways anyway, he got hit. 2 cars with slowdowns there. An Apex car was a bit slow as well. I think it could have been
Chepelewski's retired.
Who's retired?
Bellion. Sergei Chepelewski.
Bellion. Woodhouse and Bone fighting over 4th place. Oh, sorry, 3rd place. And Hackerson doing what he did the other week, and despite his poor connection, seems to be going off into the distance. Alex,
good opportunity for Hackerson again to get another one. Now that Sutton's not there, I have to say, if Sutton was going to be there, I'd have been all over him. But yeah, just needs to try and build on this Hadfield margin. But Adam had a great corner there, closed up a couple of tenths of a second, so he's in the draft, and yeah, he wants to give Ben some trouble.
Adam Hadfield, very quick driver, quite aggressive in terms of overtaking. I know that from the club series myself, but he's got if he can get up to Hackerson, which he is doing now, he's got a good chance of staying with the boosted car.
I think it shows that the feeder series that we've had to the championship in recent years, like the Club Series and the World Series, they have proved dividends here, because we've got Pete Harrod up inside the top 10 in the overall championship. We've got Adam Hadfield here fighting for a win as well, and Ben Hackerson started out in the initial series of the Club Series as well. So yeah, doing well here.
I think I said it last week when you weren't here, Adam, is that there was all that nonsense over the Club Series and the World Series, and actually they did exactly what they were supposed to be in the first place, which was to be a perfect feeder series for this one. And Alex, you spotted something out there on the
it was actually Hackerson's connection dropped for quite a long period of time, and I think we've also lost Bodis and Katz as well, guys.
Well, Katz
had a big slowdown, so it wouldn't surprise me if he got hit at some point. Smolenski versus Scott Malcolm.
And Scott Malcolm, yeah. 33 also in the mix, Edjanovsky and also Michael Hall. Helgerson not too far away either, so we've got a few sim gear cars in the mix.
Baker's not going as well, guys. We've lost quite a few people in this one.
Interesting to see what happens to Dave Baker, because
Berridge out, Cunniff out, Glatzel out, Jamie Ayres out.
Baker's car looks wrecked. Gonna see if I can find out what happened.
Whitehead's in the pits. We've lost Bodis, Cunniff, Glatzel, Kepelewski, Johnson. Yeah, about 10 or 12 cars out already.
Oh dear me, yeah, I can see what happened now.
Look at that dust off the last corner.
Oh, Baker got literally speared off into the wall by Andreas Katz.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he goes for a bit of a ride, Baker. Doesn't hit anything, but that's where the front end damage comes from, because he has a heavy landing. Has a slowdown penalty.
Absolutely clobbered by a load of people as well afterwards, doesn't he? I'm just trying to get it back now. On screen, kind of there.
That was a really weird scenario of events. I don't know if you've seen it.
Bun got up into second, Adam. I didn't see any of it, to be fair, but Bun got up into second ahead of Hadfield. Hadfield tried to fight back, and now he's under pressure from Woodhouse, who's actually fought back pretty well from that slightly poor start.
So we've got Woodhouse is chasing Adam.
Always
like that.
Being in front of me in the races, Jay Wright behind this group. P5 for Jay Wright, actually. Not seen him very often in this series this season, if at all, actually, Jay Wright, but he's ahead of Nickel Foggy on this occasion.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a different livery. Look at the amount of dust through that final corner as they go through that. We did have a good Grid Autosport race around this track, that must be said.
I remember that, yeah, that was brilliant. Sometimes these drivers drive like the AI does on Grid Autosport, which is like Mike
Hall,
Tyson
sorry
on
guys
drugs.
to interrupt. Look at this as well, sort of around 10th, 12th place.
Too wide almost as we go down the hill through Hollywood and then on to the Craner curves. It's left-hander. Oh, Dan Hunt's on the grass and the dirt. The car's sliding about. It doesn't like it.
Pete Newman.
Off
to
Scott
Malcolm. Scott Malcolm, I think, got hit, and they're all having to scatter on the exit of the old hairpin, and that's going to cause trouble. And that's Wojciech Spinovic nearly biting the dust there at Newman, and the Hunt is off.
How does he not hit the wall?
Oh, survives Daniel Hunt. Driving to get that one stopped. He's going to have to rejoin safely.
Oh, he would have been clenching in there. I know this is not real, but yeah, if you're heading off to a wall in anything full blast, then yeah, that's going to hurt.
That's it, and especially with some of these heavy force feedback wheels, Alex, it actually can cause a bit of damage if you hit something.
Can do, you know, the equipment that they use nowadays, some of the guys, so I've certainly had some experiences where getting clobbered and felt like my wrists were about to break.
I remember I hit you in a practice session once, and I didn't realise that you just got obviously the new steering installed, and yeah, you nearly put you in hospital.
Yeah, the Bodners and the direct drive wheels, they can do some damage.
I had a few bucks.
The big old motor though, it's an industrial motor in there, providing a lot of strength.
I had a few books nearly hit me when my steering wheel used to be mounted onto my bookshelf. There you go.
Dear, I could just imagine. That's like the Hockenheim guy, isn't it? A little bit, just falling over. Monitors. Oh, that was brilliant.
That Bun then, he's closing in on Ben Hackerson. The gap is 2 tenths. He set the fastest lap of the race a few laps ago, 109.5 on the last lap. That was a tenth of a second quicker than Hackerson, the boosted car with a new colour scheme over recent weeks.
Brilliant run. by Matt Bunn through the final corner. Sorry, Adam, but I think Bunn, he really has to get past quickly because of Hackeson's connection. He doesn't know where he is, and so he has to make the move now, really, if he wants to get past, I think.
Well, he had the camouflaged livery a few weeks ago, Hackeson. It looks like he's gone for a bit more colour. Still hasn't stopped him disguising himself. Oh my word, that was close.
Because Alex, once you start second-guessing the car in front, you really start being tentative and you don't want to make that move at all, so he really has to get it done quickly.
Yeah, while the connection seems good, get it done. Move up the inside, and he's having a look right here, but once the flow's going to go back towards Hackeson, he'll have the inside.
It seems to be the main straight where he struggles a lot, isn't it, Hackeson?
Good from Bunn, he just kept the car on the outside, forced him to leave a little bit of room.
And close to a few quarter panels on that lap between Hackeson and Bunn. Bunn on the outside now for the chicane. Hackeson looks like he might let him through there. That's Bunn into the lead.
Yeah, Matt Bunn through into P1. Started 6th. Yeah, very good driving so far from him. And Woodhouse having a go now on Adam Hadfield. Old sparring partners from the Club Series, but I think Woodhouse has got to slow down.
You're right, and Alex Smolensky also duking it out here into the first corner. Smolensky slotting back into position.
Yeah, Wright might be new to viewers this season, but he's done many seasons of this championship, most of them I think since its inception in 2012, 2013. I can't remember when season 1 was, but around that time.
Fabian goes for a move up the side of Simmons.
Are you looking at Savidovic?
Yeah. Hall and Savidovic outside, the tiniest bit of contact, and we were just clenching a little bit into the old hairpin.
Ash Sutton's just gained gained a position, I should say, getting past Thorstein Helgeson.
He's not out of the question for a top 5 just yet, Ash Sutton.
He only just got over halfway through the race. However, the gap between him and the top 5 is 5 seconds. Yeah, so
going to have to do a lot of overtaking on some very good drivers.
Pete Newman in front of him. Nearly won race 2, Pete Newman.
He's won races before, of course. Used to own his own team, Pete Newman.
Got a 1-2-3 with it as well. I don't think many teams can boast that. I know Apex did back at the Glen a few years ago.
Right, and that was a brilliant race. Hackeson not giving up on Matt Bunn. Oh, Bunn got some wheels on the grass there on the way down the hill through the craners.
The connection might have solved itself for Hackeson. I haven't seen him blinking at all recently.
He's now well and truly in
position changing going on further back. Is that a problem for Rizzo? Yeah, Rizzo into the wall. What happened there?
Oh, Rizzo, who was
ended up in the wall before, didn't he?
Big one, yeah.
Oh, what's happened there is, Alex, it's worth maybe going to see that because it looks like you and Tyndall and Daniel Hunt had a crash on the other side of the circuit, and Rizzo just gets absolutely wiped out.
Yeah, poor innocent victim. I watched that back and just be like, are you kidding me?
Going to be frustrated there. Tyndall and Hunt pushing each other around.
Wojciech and Hall very close, 10th of a second between them. Hall goes defensive.
It was almost like that Portuguese Grand Prix where Berger is leaving the pit lane and then just spears across the track.
Oh God. Well, that one where there was that I remember there was a 4-car crash at Brazil, wasn't there? Eddie Irvine and Martin Brundle and 1994, I think.
Yeah.
Verstappen and I want to say Panis or something like that.
Bernard, yeah, something like that.
Oh, Bernard, maybe, yeah. That was a big one where a couple of drivers got really innocently involved.
Brundle got hit on the head a few times, I think.
Didn't he?
By Eddie Irvine banned for a few races, so sounds like just your normal BSR race.
Sounds like it.
Hackeson then trying again. Looks like he's regrouped. Same for Hadfield and Woodhouse as well. The podium positions are all still up for grabs.
Watching this actual battle between Hall and Svidovic. This is a great battle. Hall again planting his car just where he needs to be, making it very difficult for Wojciech, but Wojciech has a great little cutback there. He's got an excellent run.
Over 8 for 9th. Apex versus CQR yet again. Svidovic has to deal with a few of those guys today. He's through this time.
Yeah, so decent meeting for Wojciech. He's got 1 win under his belt.
Foggy, Woodhouse, Hadfield, very close into turn 1. Woodhouse on the outside. Foggy slips up the inside.
And who's that? That's Alex Smolensky. So we've got the perfect tonic here.
I think Hall's going to take Svidovic here as well. Oh, not quite.
3 laps to go. Well, 2.5 laps to go here at Donington Park.
Still super close at the front as well. Matt Bunn, less than 1 second clear of Ben Hackerson.
Oh, Woodhouse hits Hadfield. Hadfield goes sideways across the grass. That might be a slowdown penalty.
Might be a chance for Nico Foggy and Alex Smolensky.
Woodhouse to the outside. This might allow Smolensky through.
Yeah, Foggy's through on Woodhouse there. That's Smolensky as well.
Woodhouse trying to move across to stop Smolensky, but he's harder on the brakes.
Smolensky's very late on the brakes. He needs to be careful. He didn't clout that curve. He was okay. Woodhouse covers it off pretty well.
Hackerson just 0.2 of a second behind Bunn now.
Up a decent toe down the front straight there was Hackerson. 2 laps to go now. Penultimate lap, lap 12 of 13.
Fantastic battle between Rob Graham and Lon Murray over 19th and 20th place as well. 2 teammates absolutely knocking spots off each other into the final chicane and out of it and into turn 1. But yeah, Matt Bunn.
Bunn sideways through the old hairpin. Hackerson's got his opportunity. He's on the curb and on the grass.
Bunn squeezes him slightly.
Now at the inside. Oh, not close enough. Hackerson.
Can get it.
Matt Bunn goes wide again almost.
Can get it done in McLean's, Adam, can't you? But you've got to be at least partially alongside, really.
Either that or catch the drive in front by surprise. That's what I did to Rob Fagg once. Oh, it's kicking off in the background. Someone's off. I think it's Ash Sutton. And he may be disqualified. I don't know.
He adds to that list of disqualifications. Oh, here comes Hackerson. Very late move on the inside. He flies through. Brilliant move, Alex.
That was talking
Can he
about
keep
taking
it?
people by surprise.
Oh, it's all kicking off behind as well. It's too wide.
Bunn's going for the lead again.
Final lap.
Hackerson leaves the door open. Why? I don't know why you would, but oh, he gets a cutback.
He disappeared. It's like surprise.
Invisibility cloak activated for Hackerson.
Woodhouse and Smolensky have been disqualified. Oh no, they are still there, I think.
They are.
The
But
Woodhouse has to be in
Smolensky's
the
off.
pits.
Smolensky's out, yeah.
Woodhouse in the pits. Smolensky's out. Wojciech Svidovic says, "Merry Christmas to me." That's 2 places for the champion.
But it pretty much feels like Christmas, the temperatures we've been having today. Maybe not that bad, but half a lap to go to decide the winner here.
And Hackerson v Bunn again.
BQR haven't got a win today, so they'll be desperate to get one here.
Will it be Matthew Bunn? There was a bit of controversy involving him earlier on. No such controversy here. Having a brilliant battle with Ben Hackerson. This is going to be it then. Into the final chicane. Hackerson's late on the brakes. He hits the curb hard. Bunn gets a great run through. Who's going to get the run to the line? Looks like it's going to be Hackerson. Bunn didn't get the drive. And Ben Hackerson takes round 4 of the evening. Round 75 goes to Boost in Motorsport.
Hadfield doesn't get third. Nico Foggy gets it on the run to the line. Crazy last lap to decide the final spot on the podium.
All joking aside, that was a very professional drive by Nico Foggy, up 7 positions to 3rd. Wojciech Svidovic gained 15 places. And Jay Wright in the top 6 as well.
To see what happened to Alex Smolensky and Mark Woodhouse, because it was all kicking off there between those two.
I was going to say it had to be related because they crossed the line only 1/10 of a second apart.
Oh dear. Oh, and Alex Smolensky again, innocent. Oh, maybe not totally innocent, but the second part of the crash, I have to say that was innocent bystander there. Woodhouse hits the wall, bounces back across into the track and takes Smolensky with him.
Yeah, Smolensky, bad luck for him. Alex, I've got to say, mate, what a great meeting we've had tonight. That's fantastic.
4 great races, some awesome battles throughout. You know, it's what we wanted.
Yeah, we did lose a lot of drivers in that last race, Adam, but I think that's more the race for craziness than anything else.
Really enjoyed that, yeah, and yeah, the 4th race, we always expect a bit more of the carnage there, and with the overcast conditions, it seemed to bunch up the pack even more. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed tonight.
Right then, yeah, I think that's the racing done and dusted with anyway. We were a bit late through, weren't we? And I don't know if we've got time for any... Alex, we got time for any interviews? Have we pretty much run out of time?
We'll call it a night, wrap it up. Like you say, we have run on a little bit tonight.
Okay, well, we'll try and get to a lot of you next time. Do apologise to the drivers for that, because we know you want to share your stories with us, but we have indeed run out of time here on Apex Racing TV for tonight. Join us back here next week for more from the BSRTC. We will return on Saturday evening with the Pen Power European V8 Supercar Championship, and on Sunday with the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. We'll see you later from Donington Park.